Hi, everyone. Good morning. Happy Monday. Actually, good afternoon. I am here today to talk about how the supposed tos are ruining your life and how you can cut it out. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Tori Hallowell, and I help young professionals who are feeling burnt out in their careers and don't know what to do. Today's topic of the supposed tos came to me because it actually came up a couple times in different conversations with friends this week, as friends get together to talk about things that are happening in their lives. And it also became kind of the central focus of one of my coaching calls this week. And so it just occurred to me that the supposed tos are creeping up in our lives every single day, and I really wanted to spend a few minutes and talk about what the supposed tos are and how they are or not serving us. So the supposed tos, these are the things that you are thinking, like, I'm supposed to go from high school to college, and then I'm supposed to go get my master's, or I'm supposed to date someone for a certain amount of time and then get married and then have kids. I'm supposed to look a certain way or dress a certain way. I'm supposed to find a job that will make me a lot of money. Let's see, I'm supposed to find a job or a career that matches what I studied in college. I spent all this time in college studying this one specific area, and I'm supposed to find a job that would match that, even if it makes me unhappy. I'm supposed to work at a job for a certain amount of time, even if I'm miserable, before I can look for another job. Or I'm supposed to stick at something, maybe a job or some sort of, gain a certificate or degree so that I can boost up my resume and make it look better. Or I'm supposed to want to get ahead. I'm supposed to have meaning and purpose in everything that I do, even though I don't. Let's see, I'm supposed to, work or study a certain amount of hours as a colleague or a friend or a peer. That kind of comparison comes up. So there are lots of different supposed tos. Those are just a couple examples, but they creep up in all different aspects of our life, in the workforce, in our relationships, and they can really start to hold us back. So a couple things, these supposed tos, where did they come from? Who decided them? Who said you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that, you're supposed to act like this, you're supposed to, want this in your life? Who came up with that? I want to know. And also, who has everything figured out? I certainly don't. I am every day taking a step towards making my life better and better for myself. But if you can, show me one person who has it all figured out, I would love to meet them. But just know we're all imperfect beings trying to figure out life together. And it's one day at a time, one step at a time. And these supposed to, sometimes they derail us. They get in the way. So the supposed tos in life, the shoulds, the have tos, those are all limiting beliefs. A limiting belief, it comes up a lot with my clients that I'm working with. A limiting belief is a belief that you have about your career, your job, the world around you, relationships, whatever it is. It's some sort of belief that holds you back, that limits you. Makes sense. And these limiting beliefs, they can be created through society, through what maybe you read or what you see, what you watch. They can be created by your family, the way that you were brought up, your environment, how you were raised. These limiting beliefs can come from friends, from influences of friends around you, of peers or colleagues. And they can also come through social media, which is also part of society. So these beliefs that you've kind of internally created for yourself that are coming from other outside factors that are basically hindering you, limiting you, holding you back from living a life of passion or of purpose or of balance or just finding that happiness. So when you're living your life according to these so-called supposed tos, there are some side effects. Oftentimes you find you might be settling, that you're not living the life, to your fullest potential. Often if you're living your life by someone else's supposed tos, by these limiting beliefs, you're not happy, right? You're unhappy. And unhappiness leads to burnout and to feeling ungrateful and just worn down and tired and exhausted, and that you don't have any control, right? You're not the only leader in your own life. And that's what all these supposed tos can lead to. And it's not a great place to be. It really does bring you down. It really puts those blinders we've talked about on so that you can't see all the different opportunities you have in your life, and it's harder to connect with what you're grateful for. So now that we've talked a little bit about the supposed tos and how they do show up in all of our lives, a lot of times it's internal. You don't even realize that you're thinking in terms of the supposed tos because it's your internal dialogue. It's internalized. So a couple things, how you can cut it out and how you can make some changes. This is the fun part. First, the first step is becoming more aware of the supposed to's in your life that are kind of dictating the way that you live and act. I think half the time we're not even aware of them. So this is what I want to challenge you to do, is to, for 1 week, just 1 week, 7 days, that's it. I want you to record every single time a supposed to, a should, a have to comes up in your life, okay? Take your phone out so that no one can see it, private, and just, jot down a quick note, a quick reminder of what is this supposed to related to? What is it around? And then after a week, review all of your supposed to's and see if there's a theme. See if there's some sort of connection between the supposed to's, the have to's, the shoulds in your life. All right, and that theme is your limiting belief, or you can have multiple limiting beliefs. You don't usually just have one. Thank you, society. So once you've kind of become more aware of the should-be's in your life and how, the feelings and the emotions connected when you feel like you have to live your life, by someone else's rules, and you start to pinpoint the theme, then you can confront your limiting belief. You're more aware of where it's coming from and what it is, and now you can start to change that limiting belief. So if you've realized you have limiting beliefs around your career or your job, you're supposed to be at a place for a certain amount of time before you leave, or a certain career field, or you're supposed to put in a certain amount of hours, past your 40 hours a week to make yourself look good in front of your box, whatever it is. Or, in your relationships, you're supposed to date someone for this amount of time. You're supposed to wait for the guy to text you first. Whatever the society rules are, forget them, right? And really start to ask yourself, my limiting belief, what is it costing me? What is it costing me to live my life this way? How is it really serving me? How is it bringing something good and positive into my life? How is it creating new opportunities for me? And really, how are these limiting beliefs, how are they holding me back? How are they holding you back from making a change, from, taking a step in a new direction, to figuring out, what your purpose is or what would make you happy? So when you start to recognize these limiting beliefs, start to track them, write them down, and start to notice the different themes in your life, then you start to ask yourself these questions. And it can be hard to really be honest with yourself and really kind of pinpoint, okay, what are these should-be's? Where are they coming from? And what are they costing me? How are they affecting my life? And that's when you start standing up for yourself, which can be hard, I know. But start saying no. Start putting yourself first. Really get back in touch with you. What makes you happy? What makes you feel like you're living your life to the fullest? When do you start compromising yourself and your beliefs for others? And that's when the should-be's start to come into play. So I really want to encourage you. Don't turn into a mean, horrible person, of course, but really start to take some time for you. Really start to prioritize you and yourself, your body, your mind, your soul above others. And I don't mean that in a selfish way. Just, create that time for yourself and really figure out, how can I break through these limiting beliefs? And once I do, what's on the other side for me? Where's that happiness, that excitement, that passion, that adventure, that curiosity? Where is that all going to lead me now that I am no longer being constrained by the supposed to's in life? So that's what I really want you to encourage. I really want to encourage you to think about that, to take a few minutes out of each day to really highlight those supposed to's, figure out what that theme is, ask yourself what it's costing you and what steps can I take to break free of the supposed to's and instead live a happier, more fulfilled life where you're putting yourself first. So a little quick motivational Monday tidbit for you, all about how supposed to's are ruining your life and what you can do to cut it out. So if you have liked this video or any of the information I've shared with you today, please leave me, like it, leave me a little smiley face, and also leave me a comment. If you are, I dare you, I challenge you, I encourage you. This is a safe place. Please leave me a comment about one of the supposed to's in your life, one of the supposed to's that's holding you back, and then we can start to see, what all the different supposed to's in everyone's lives, what they might be, and see if there's, a common theme between all of us or if they're all really different. I mean, that would be really cool. So please, I encourage you, if you watched this video, if you've liked it, leave me a comment about one of your supposed to's, and also share this information, share this video with your friends, with your family members, with your colleagues, and let's just start making our Mondays motivational and positive so we can jump into a great week. So I want to encourage you also If you like what you've seen here, please check out my website. I got a little bit of a makeover, so there's lots of new videos, including a new free guide I have created for you guys all about ways to fight your burnout. And I want to encourage you to check it out. And I look forward to connecting with you back here on Facebook Live next Monday at noon. Have a great week.